Welcome everybody to Astrorisa Moon Forecaster. It is December 27th, 2020, and we're going to be looking at this upcoming full moon in Cancer for December 29th, 2020. What is that moon forecast? So, we've got the full moon in Cancer coming up again, December 29th, 2020. That's this Tuesday at 10:28 p.m. Eastern Time. The moon is 8 degrees Cancer in house 10. The sun is 8 degrees Capricorn in house 4. We are going to talk about a couple of these aspects. We've got the moon opposite Mercury, the moon sextile Uranus, sun opposite moon, and the sun conjunct Mercury. There's an underlying similar theme with all of these aspects, but they will play themselves out a bit differently. So let's just talk about that. We have the moon opposite Mercury. Now, this can indicate one is experiencing a driving urge to share their talents or gifts with a large audience, even if they are creating something behind the scenes. The moon, aka the feminine connection, is residing in house 10, the house of vocation, and it is experiencing an inner conflict with Mercury in Capricorn, which is in house 4. So there's a need for action and creative thinking to bring forth some form of stability. Even financial stability is at play. So some people will find themselves researching financial success or health advice because they are realizing these areas of their life needs fortifying. During this time, be on the lookout for advice, especially information coming by way of the mercurial vibes such as written and spoken communication. Keep your mind open to receiving advice and helpful assistance from women and or a person with a feminine nature. So if you're connecting with the moon opposite Mercury, then that message is definitely for you. We have moon sextile Uranus. This aspect is the moon is in house 10 and Uranus is 6 degrees Taurus in house 8. When connecting to this aspect, one can feel very creative. Remember, the moon is in the house of work and vocation, so collectively, we're not wanting to be still or idle. We want to or feel a need to do something for our own survival in a sense. With Uranus and Taurus influence sextiling the moon, some people will be drawn towards healing the darker side of themselves, such as addictions, or those things that had once stuck. This aspect is likened to a heavy door slowly opening, allowing one to escape an unhealthy situation, but it will take a lot of effort to pry that door open. So if you're connecting with this aspect, be ready to become free or more free in some area of your life. Be willing to explore new and better opportunities and to reinvent yourself. Letting go of negative thinking and speaking is an important key to allow positive changes to come your way. Now, one of you have asked me about insomnia during this moon time, and I think that you might be connecting with this moon sextile Uranus because it's just a very erratic, highly energized energy. And with that, one just can't sleep because there's so much going on in their minds. Their minds are whirling and swirling. So you may be connecting to this moon sextile Uranus. The next one we're going to look at is sun opposite moon. Now, this aspect happens every full moon. And during this moon time, the sun is in Capricorn and is in house 4. And house 4, we know that's the house of family, the house of the ancestors, and the house of things that have happened in our past. So the sun opposite moon brings clarity to indecisions and internal struggles. If we are paying attention and being honest with ourselves, then we'll be able to at least address those internal struggles. It can be family struggles. It can be struggles within your own being, your own self. Self-reflection comes with this aspect. And when we're consciously looking inward, we recognize those areas of ourselves we must change in order to move in a new direction, and many of us are wanting to move in a new direction, or just to develop a better way of handling something. Now, during this moon time, the connection with this aspect of the sun opposite moon can create a willingness to work to achieve or fulfill a dream. There's a change in direction and discovery about who you are and what you want to see happening. You may feel less inclined to focus on what you don't have and more on how to create ways to get what you actually want. This moon time will really amplify any moon ceremony during this time. So for all of you who are going to be participating in the full moon ceremonies that we do, this is going to be a fantastic time to do moon ceremony, regardless of what it is. This is a very powerful moon time. The last aspect we're going to look at is the Sun conjunct Mercury. It's all about illuminated communication and the work we do to make things happen. So if you're connecting to this aspect, stability, groundedness, and firmness is what you're feeling or seeking. And you'll use practical applications to develop structure and long-standing blessings. Venus is sitting in house 3, which is ruled by Mercury. Thus, Venus, the archetype of Oshun, is adding a dash of self-love and self-acceptance into this Sun conjunct Mercury mix. If you're connecting to this aspect, many of you will have deep conversations with yourself as well as heart-to-heart conversations with others. Self-care, self-love, and self-respect will be addressed on multiple levels. This topic of self-care, love, and respect will carry into 2021 and can be an underlying theme for multiple situations. Hence, many will no longer allow themselves to be stepped on or walked over like before. So if you've enjoyed this forecast and it has helped you, give us a thumbs up and consider donating to our work. And remember, to know your truest self, follow the moon. I'll see you next month when the moon is full. Take care.